Hey everyone, welcome back to Locally Hosted.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Sam. We dive deep into AI, ML, dev tools, and infra.
Today we're looking at some wild new infra for the apocalypse.
Specifically, a tool that tracks billionaire jet activity to predict doom.
Wait, you mean like an early warning system for the end of the world?
Exactly. It's called the Apocalypse Early Warning System, or AWS.
Okay, so who built this? Did some government agency do it?
No, it's a programmer named Kyle McDonald from Los Angeles. Vibe coded it.
By coded? So it's just one guy with a laptop and too much free time?
Pretty much. He built it to track private jet signals globally in real time.
And how does tracking jets tell us about the apocalypse? That sounds loose.
The logic is simple. Billionaires might know about disasters before we do.
So if the rich are fleeing, maybe we should too? That's a chilling thought.
Right. The system compares current jet traffic against historical baselines.
Okay, so if there's a spike, the system flags it as unusual activity.
Correct. It assigns a score from 1 to 5 based on the deviation.
1 is normal, 5 is everyone is running for their underground bunkers.
Exactly. A 5 means jet activity is higher than it's been in a year.
But surely holidays or political events cause spikes too, right?
McDonald adds that caveat. You have to read it alongside other public signals.
So it's not a crystal ball, but more of a weird sentiment indicator?
Yes, but the data it's already found is genuinely disturbing.
Give me an example.
Did it catch something before it happened?
The highest spike was April 6th, right when Iran launched its offensive.
Wow.
So the jets were scrambling the day the conflict escalated massively?
That's what the data shows. McDonald said it genuinely freaked him out.
He said, "Oh my God, it's real." That's a terrifying reaction to data.
It highlights a real asymmetry. The rich have better intel and escape routes.
It's like the canary in the coal mine, but the canary is a Gulfstream jet.
Perfect analogy. And McDonald has done this kind of work before.
I remember him tracking LA police helicopters. They were hiding their signals.
Right. He uncovered that the LAPD was disabling transponders to avoid detection.
So he's basically a data activist who exposes hidden truths in plain sight.
Exactly. He turns noisy data into clear, actionable public information.
But back to the jets. If this tool gets a 5, what should we do?
Just stay informed. It's not a guarantee, but it's a strong signal.
It feels like a metaphor for how wealth insulates people from reality.
It is. The apocalypse might just be a slow bleed of inequality.
But the tool works on real-time data, not metaphors. That's the power.
Yes, open data can reveal structural truths that official narratives hide.
It's wild to think we can monitor the elite's movements via public APIs.
The infrastructure of surveillance is becoming democratized in cool ways.
Do you think this will scale? Will other activists build their own?
Absolutely. Anyone with a flight data API can build their own tracker.
So the code is the weapon here, not the jet itself.
Precisely. Code exposes the invisible levers of power in real time.
It's like a digital truth serum for the ultra-wealthy class.
And it forces accountability, even if just through public embarrassment.
But what about the privacy concerns? Is this legal?
It uses public flight tracking data. It's not hacking, just aggregation.
So it's legal but feels invasive? That's the modern data dilemma.
Yes, we have the tech to see everything, but do we want to?
With billionaires fleeing disasters, maybe we should want to.
It's a stark reminder that preparedness is a luxury good.
So, would you use this tool if you were worried about a crisis?
I'd watch it alongside news, weather, and geopolitical analysis.
It's not a replacement for critical thinking, just an additional layer.
Exactly. Context is king. Data without context is just noise.
But this data has a narrative. It tells a story of escape and fear.
And that story is often missing from mainstream financial news.
McDonald's tool fills that gap with cold, hard flight data.
It's a brilliant example of civic tech solving a psychological need.
We want to know if the ship is sinking, even if it's scary.
True. Ignorance is bliss until it's not. Better to have the data.
So, the AWS is less about predicting doom and more about transparency.
Yes, it shines a light on the hidden movements of the powerful.
And that's valuable, regardless of whether the apocalypse happens.
Agreed. It's about power dynamics, not just flight paths.
Anyway, that's the deep dive for today. What did you think, Sam?
Fascinating. It's creepy but necessary. We need more of this.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives into tech and truth.
Original source is linked in the description. Stay curious, stay informed.
All right, that's all we got this week. We'll break it down again next time.
Peace out and watch those skies.